Hey everybody, this is Joanna O'Neill, and I'm a health entrepreneur. And welcome to Winning at Wellness. You know, every once in a while, I get a bug in my ear about something specific related to health that shows up in my life with people I care about or people I know. And recently, I have been interacting with some women and men who have young children and or who are pregnant. And my background as a health entrepreneur lends me to know about information that can help people who are pregnant, thinking about getting pregnant, having young children, infants, and that could help them help their children be as healthy as possible, as you know, and be developmentally on track as they can. And so today I really wanted to talk about this substance called DHA, and what is it and why is it so important, and just give you a little education and thoughts about this important concoction. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or a physician, but I have some great studies that I'm going to share with you right now. So what we're talking about today is DHA, and you can see the full name of this word here. I'm not even going to know how to say that. Docosahexaenoic acid. Okay, so we just call it DHA. DHA, what is it? Well, it's an omega-3 fatty acid that is the primary structural component of the human brain. So it's an omega-3 fatty acid that is the primary structural component of the human brain. So you can imagine if something is the primary structural component of our brain, it is actually very, very important to our brain health. So we're going to talk about this, and specifically in how it relates. It's important for everybody's brain. But what I want to share with you today is how important it is for the developing brain of a in utero baby and for an infant in their developing brain. We know that the DHA, this omega-3 DHA, and also a couple of other essential fatty acids, EPA and ALA, they're long chain fatty acids that have the highest benefits to human health. So there's DHA, there's EPA, there's ALA. They're all important. We're going to focus today on DHA, but all of these are long chain fatty acids that have the highest benefits to human health. The specific benefits of DHA, it's central to brain health, to eye health, and to nervous system health. And it's especially critical to prenatal mothers for the healthy development of the fetus and the fetus brain. EPA is generally considered an amazing anti-inflammatory. So a lot of the recommendations that I've been researching and reading show that we need to have a ratio of DHA to EPA of 2-to-1. So for every 2 parts DHA, you have 1 part EPA. So you've got the combination of those 2 essential chain fatty acids that are working in concert to support not only brain development, but anti-inflammation in the womb and in infancy and beyond in our bodies. So in preparation for this discussion, I went on to PubMed, which is basically it's the Google for scientific articles of anything you want to look up in the world. Anything that's been published by a scientific journal on anything in the world is listed at PubMed. So I simply looked up DHA and brain development, and I actually just typed in DHA, and there's thousands and thousands of articles on the importance of DHA. But the first one I'm going to start with, this is from actually 1999, And the title of it is Health Benefits of DHA. And the first sentence of this summary of this research that was done, this published research, says, DHA is essential for the growth and functional development of the brain in infants. Essential for the growth and functional development of the brain in infants. DHA is also required for maintenance of normal brain function in adults. The inclusion of plentiful DHA in the diet improves learning ability, whereas deficiencies in DHA are associated with deficits in learning. Okay, so we know that DHA is extremely important. Here's the next one. This is from 2016. Title is DHA Effects in Brain Development and Function. From the summary, DHA intake may contribute to optimal conditions for brain development and optimal visual acuity development. While DHA levels may affect early development, potential effects are also increasingly recognized during childhood and adult life. Here's one from 2013 called DHA Supplementation, Current Implications in Pregnancy and Childhood. Adequate DHA supplementation during pregnancy and early childhood is of critical importance. So not only during pregnancy, but also during early childhood, critical importance. Another one from 2012, omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, and DHA health benefits throughout life. Omega-3 fatty acids have been linked to healthy aging throughout life. Recently, fish-derived omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, and DHA have been associated with fetal development, cardiovascular function, and Alzheimer's disease. Because our bodies do not efficiently produce some of these fatty acids through marine sources, it's important to supplement with fish oil products, with supplements. Studies have shown that EPA and DHA are important for proper fetal development, including neuronal, retinal, and immune function. And it goes on to say the benefits of, heart disease, inflammation, cognitive function, and even weight management. So these are just 4 studies that were at the top of the list on PubMed. You can literally search DHA and brain health, or DHA and infants, or DHA and babies. And you're going to see like 1,000 articles that come up, published articles. But what I want to say to you is, and most doctors, when you go see a doctor, when you become pregnant and you go to your prenatal appointments, they are recommending supplements for prenatal care, vitamins, minerals, and specifically DHA, because the science is really, it's clear, it's settled science on how this can affect our bodies. But here's what I want to say to you. Number one, you need to make sure that you're getting a high quality supplement. It's important that we don't just take what the doctor says and recommends and just take that, as the king's word. You want to do your research. You want to make sure you have the right amounts of DHA, the recommended DHA that shows in the studies to provide optimal support for brain development, and also the right ratio of DHA to EPA. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Number one, the daily recommended dose of daily DHA prenatally is 1,000 milligrams of DHA. 1,000 milligrams of DHA. And so you're going to want to look, and that doesn't mean, when you're looking at the bottle, it doesn't mean that it says 1,000 milligrams of fish oil. Because you can have something that has 1,000 milligrams of fish oil, but it only has like 300 or 200 milligrams of DHA. So it's very misleading. So you need to make sure that you read the label, and number one, that you're getting the recommended daily dosage, which is 1,000 milligrams of DHA, not just fish oil, of DHA per day. And then you're going to want to consider also finding a supplement that not only has the DHA, but has the ratio of the DHA and the EPA. They work synergistically together. They work in concert. And you also want to consider the source. You want to consider who's the manufacturing company. You want to consider where the source of the fish is. You want to consider if that, that fish oil has been decontaminated. You know, fish are some of the worst sources of, the greatest sources of toxic chemicals and heavy metals, because our streams and our oceans are filled with toxic chemicals and heavy metals, especially these, you know, the fish that they get for fish oil. You want to make sure that the fish they get for fish oil are deep water, cold water fish, these small, deep water, cold water fish. The smaller the fish, the colder the water, the deeper the water. Those fish have not accumulated as many toxins and heavy metals over their lifetime. So they have a lower natural content of the harmful things, but they have a high content of essential fatty acids. So you want to look at the source. You want to make sure this manufacturing company tests the fish oil for contaminants and verifies that there are no contaminants in that fish oil. There are great sources out there, and you don't need to pay a ton of money let me put it this way. You should be able to get, you know, I would say a 30-day supply of a high quality omega-3 with DHA and EPA at the proper ratios for less than $25 a month. So if somebody's recommending something to you that's costing you $30 or $40 or $50 a month, you don't need to do that. Okay, you can get high quality omega-3s. So that's kind of the story I wanted to talk to you about. I mean, I think that doctors these days are recommending this to mothers, but we want to make sure that the support of this DHA supplementation does not end at birth. We want to make sure that if you are going to breastfeed your child, that you continue to supplement with these omegas, this EPA and this DHA while you are breastfeeding, because that gets transferred through the breast milk to the child. And the brain is continuing to develop all the way up until 5 years of age. So for as long as you breastfeed, you need to be supplementing with that. So it's going through the breast milk. And then once you stop breastfeeding, I would strongly consider supplementing your infant and your young toddler with a high quality omega-3 EPA and DHA as well for their continued brain development. And again, there are versions that are super high quality that are made for children that are not in pill form that you can access. So I encourage you to do the research. This is of critical importance to our children and their future. And, you know, what we do for them in utero and in their infancy is going to set them up for life. It's going to have long-term consequences on their immune system, on their brain health, on their eye health, on their everything, on their immune system, if I didn't already say that. So I hope you've learned a little bit something today. My name is Joanna O'Neill, and I'd love to be your source of information for health-related questions. And I look forward to chatting with you individually if you have any questions. Thank you so much.